Hello, and welcome to a random video. I figured since I'm about to play, I might as well let y'all join in the fun. I previously made a Robin Hood style character, who was an elf, because Robin Hood, as we all know, wears green, has pointy ears, and uses archery to his advantage, all of which are elven things to do, and is, lives off the forest, again, something that the Feywild and elves seem to do. So yeah, Robin Hood's an elf. So I'm playing an elf to represent Robin Hood. And what I did is ran a conjurer back when conjurers still got Mephitic Cloud, so that I could disable my targets and then shoot them to death. That is no longer true. That conjurers get Mephitic Cloud, which is unfortunate because the wizard opening gives you a lot of intelligence and very low dex. The conjurer opening is different. I kind of don't know how the Venom Mage opening plays out, though I do know it is gifted with the Mephitic Cloud that I so desire. So let me take a look at that, actually. Delmy. Dex 15. And let's make another one. High Elf Wizard, was it that I was going to do? Yeah. Dex 13. So yeah, it's a fairly noticeable difference. That said, 2 points worth of Dex versus my brain is failing. 2 points worth of Dex versus having the ability to blink, the ability to use Magic Dart instead of Sting. I give up P Cloud in the end, but I would gain Conjure Flame possibly. Well, I'm not going to train Conjurations that hard, so it's a bit of a wash, honestly. Conjure and Poison and Air are necessary for Mephitic as well as for the Poison Cloud I'll end up using. I think that I will just run with Robin Hood as a Poisoner, if for no other reason than because A, it matches the tricks. Well, no, the Blink would be more in keeping with his tricksterness. I guess I also don't want to have access to all the same abilities that will tempt me to go down the true wizard's path. So, let's observe. -2 to poison magic, that sucks. Conjurations is +1, spellcasting is +1. So now that we've started off with a hefty dose of that, our first priority is going to be to get Mephitic Cloud online. We can continue to use our Sting spell to great effect to try and survive / we'll just survive the early game, is what we're going to call it. Alright, well, so far I've fired 4 magic darts, or stings, and not one of them has hit. And now that they've hit, okay, good, he dies. For a second there, I thought I was going to die. That would have been very unfortunate. Let's go ahead and gather up his club, as well as these scrolls. Now we're going to throw the club and then poison this thing, and replace it with a dagger, which hopefully is not cursed or distorted. It is cursed, not distorted. No matter, let us continue on our way. Of all the cursed implements to have on your hand, a dagger is not the worst. I am going to keep retreating to gain back my mana as much as possible. Okay, well. That short sword either was really good or just got a lucky hit. My guess is it was a lucky hit, because I don't exactly have a lot of health to go through. Oh man, darts. Grab the darts, quiver them up please. They're going to do more damage than this club I'm throwing. Alright, we got our first level up, giving us a massive mana boost. Where does that bat go? So yeah, I'm not going to pretend that Robin Hood starts off very Robinly, but I find that having a disable spell, any disable spell really, makes for a much better archery experience later on. And you know, I would probably do better to go as a hexer and use confuse, single target confuse, as well as ensorcelled hibernation Yeah. What is the hex skill on this guy? 0. So that's not actually that great. Now that I've read it out loud, we're gonna disable spellcasting. We probably have enough spell levels as is. I would rather not fight the Great Ooze if I don't have to, because I don't have any means of really damaging it efficiently. I have 4 of this scroll. It's probably an ID scroll, but maybe not. Nope, it is an ID scroll. Let's ID this thing. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is a terrible dagger. This is such a bad dagger that I'm better off never attacking in melee with it. Daggers have low base damage, and this is a -3 damage. Oh my god, please let me just walk by him without being noticed. Oh, thank god. I just walked past the gray slime because of my stealth, which as a poisoner is not actually is actually not that bad by default. Let's just go downstairs. I don't want to fight the ooze. That's 8 curare needles. Those are going to be hella useful down the road. I foresee killing 1 enemy with it. Poisoned. Just close the door. We are only going to level dex this game. Unless, well, maybe we'll level some strength too just to carry some more arrows and hit the 8 that I like to make my baseline. But yeah, apparently, and I think the comments people have made for finding this out, they are removing weight limits, or rather a strength-based carrying capacity in the next edition of the game, as well as item destruction. I really don't know how to feel about it. I mean, I'm happy, certainly, to see players being buffed instead of nerfed, but it has formed something which has been... that is emblematic to how I feel wizards end up playing out. That's a downside to not playing a strength-based class, is that you will never be able to carry all the loot in the world you want. Now I will, and it's not even like I'm going to be penalized for carrying it. I guess they realize that now that people know how to deal with the potential risk of item destruction, it just has become a chore instead of actually a challenge. I, for one, will be very glad to not have to carry around, or not be obligated to wear X of conservation all the time. I'm gonna hold out for another glowy weapon of some variety, some kind of branded. Alright, I may be dead here, actually. I'm pretty heavily poisoned. I have 3 potions I can try if my health gets any lower. Nope, I survived. So all those attacks probably didn't all land poison on me. How did I not... I guess they didn't leave a corpse and I just wasn't paying attention, huh? Alright, you are nicely poisoned. That should be good. Let's get that mephitic going. 21% fail. It's a conjuration of air and poison, so let's turn on air as well. Still waiting for that first bow. And if I recall correctly, they've changed it so that you don't level up arrows anymore. Instead, they're treated as base ability, what used to be level 3, once your bow skill is sufficiently high, or something like that. So it's all about getting your bow skill up now, which is fine. It's not as good as it used to be, honestly. It used to be that you hit the right level and now you have these uber arrows, and you can get like 300 of them once you have... because you can enchant an entire stack with just a few enchant scrolls. Oh well. Alright. So now that Mephitic is online, albeit barely... Actually, how barely are we talking? It's already up another 7%. That's not bad. We're getting to the point where I can start playing the way I would like. Although, to be fair, have found no bow, no arrows. I'm waiting on that first centaur. Ooh! Flame sword. Excellent. Now I don't mind reading some of these scrolls. Weapon is cursed, armor is cursed. That's fine. I'm looking to get my my thingamabob. I'll drop Y, put on O, and that should help even further with this. Yep, we're down to 12%. Yeah, I'm looking to get a bow so that I can start training up my skill with bows, because there's going to be a delay between when I first put on the bow and when I actually start using it too. Once I get my fitted cloud down to an acceptable percentage, I might switch over to just trickling some points into it and really instead focus on buffing up my ability to fire arrows down the road and dodging and survival skills and such. Oh, wait. We should turn on auto pickup for arrows. Okay, next floor. You know, Elven Ringmail is probably going to be very good for me. Elven Chainmail might be too much. But since I'm only going to like level 3 spells, and maybe I'll end up picking up a level 4 down the road when my armor skill is high, I can probably get away with it. Okay, so everything is cursed on, and there we go. Finally got a weapon up. And I don't mind letting just this weapon be leveled up quite a bit. That's probably an armor buff or a recharge. It's an armor buff. Arrows of dispersal. Those are important. Random loot is random. And we'll take the blowgun. So I powered up my curare capabilities. Immunity to poison, but not immune to being punched in the face repeatedly with this sword, so. What is this? Oh, Yara del Mul, new graphic. It looked like Dithmengus, but I have never actually played as a Dithmengus worshipper. So far this Robin Hood has been more like the Kevin Costner variety with his friend Azim and the use of a scimitar. If you would be free men, then you must fight. Telescroll, excellent. That's going to get me out of a jam, hopefully, at least once. I'll just survive this. Okay, next floor. I really do need to find the Okawaru altar before I become too high level to build his piety. RFB, I'll take a few extra points of dex, why not? Zoidberg. Alright, that's all of you guys nice and finished. Not interested in a dagger. Thing is, technically speaking, a branded dagger will probably do more for me than a branded scimitar, since I'm not going to train enough with that skill to make it. The accuracy of the dagger will let me land more procs with it, and I'm not really going for the damage total, but nope. Alright, now we are the worshipper of Okawaru, so we will steadily build his piety, and just keep sacrificing corpses as we go. Whoa! That was a Goliath beetle, eh? And of course it's immune to me, so. Well, I've thrown everything in the kitchen sink at it. Let's not get paralyzed if we can at all avoid it. Good news about the Goliath beetle is it's slow as balls, so it'll take a while to reach us. Got it. How many of you guys are there? This is where my bow and arrow would be much preferable. Please shoot the actual threat. Dex. Cantrips includes animate skeleton, which normally would be great, however is actually really bad as an Okawaru worshipper, because, well, unless they change that, but I'm pretty sure his piety requires not to. Here you go. Harming one's allies, will incur Okawaru's wrath when you allow allies to die. So what ends up happening is your chump block allies are burning through your piety, and that's just BS. There may be an invisible among them. Let's go. Yep, there's an invisible, alright. Well, let's just try and gas him. Okay. Good. Good. We probably can't poison that. And all my throwables are also going to give it life back, so let's just give it a wide berth. Again, we're feeling the pinch of not having played a wizard. Notice how I'm immediately running for the stairs. I'm gonna drink some random potions, see if one of them gives me a leg up in this fight. Nope, let's take a leg up and not lose the fight. Like, this is the perfect time for a potion of agility or something. Not slowing. That would be one thing I don't want. Confusion, okay. Anything else? Might. Ah, there we go. I'll take might. Boom. Kill. Whoa, what the hell am I fighting? That it's so strong. I don't have a blink, which is what I really need. I should really just take a cure and hope that that survives me the next time I get bit. That's a black bear. It's a hell of a skeleton. Forced to burn a curing potion just to survive it, but it's worth it because I'm not dead. Down a floor. We haven't fully cleared this floor, but we've gotten through as much as I intend to. Mephitic Cloud should be very castable right now. 10% is about as good as I could hope for without training more on it. Let's begin to boost dodging and fighting. So I'm split between 4 skills, which is bad, but I also kind of want to get the next round number off for my Mephitic Clouding, which is less bad. Come on. There's just so much mass confusion. There's got to be some death happening any moment here. Okay, but the problem is the things that aren't dying and are coming at me are too dangerous to ignore, so I've got to back off. I don't see any other choice. I have to kill the thing in melee, and I got acid burned, but that's it. Okay, that could have been a lot worse. I'll take an elven blowgun in favor of my other blowgun. Blowguns! A different staircase would be a good idea. Oh, crap. Okay. I think we'll be okay. We made it so much goddamn noise. We're gonna have to go upstairs. There's just too many of them. So my guess is the down. Whoa, I'm only seeing 2 staircases down. What the hell? Go find the last one. My guess is that the layout of downstairs is a wide open floor. Jesus. Okay. I can't believe none of them followed me up. I was hoping to pull at least one. So there's probably communication between the different areas downstairs is what I'm getting at. And so enemies were able to swing around from one side to the other. The joke's on them because I'm able to swing around as well. Also, if I had opened with anything but Mephitic Cloud, the way that I'm standing my ground now just could not happen. Going upstairs, I'm completely out of mana. Alright. Butcher, eat, and then run. Of course, I didn't get to sack any of the corpses because I had to retreat. But that's fine. I survived. That was more important than retreating or than sacking corpses. Oh, this looks like a crazy youth area. Yep, crazy youth. Perfect. I'll get a cloak for sure. I can just be careful too. Burn that. And wear that. Okay. So I've got a cursed piece of armor covering my cloak. Or covered with my cloak. And a wand of telly. That's awesome. What are you carrying? Okay, come after me, bro. I like pulling the imp nice and back into my area. Now, he is going to be immune or highly resistant to my fire, but he's also an imp, so just a couple good hits should take him down. This whole floor is going to be covered in ballistomycetes, so I need to be ready for that. Alright, you know what? New plan. Unwield, activate Confused Touch, and smack him until he gets confused. Wield, hit him. Didn't actually make any difference at all. Imps are just a bitch is what they are. They're really hard to hit. Unwield, try the dagger. Is that a zombie? That's a zombie. Alright, run. Just run. I'm gonna pull this guy for all we want. Put back on my flame scimitar. Take down the zombie. Actual Goliath beetles are far easier for a poisoner to take down than the zombified variety. I'm so hungry. Oh my god. Yeah, this entire area covered in the ballistomycetes. Let's go ahead and eat a bread ration. Could have probably waited a little longer, but knowing me, I'll have more food than I know what to do with by the end of the game anyway. Or, you know, I'll die with 3 rations in my pocket. My point being, there you go, see, there's got one back already. Whereas if it tempts me into making even one silly decision, then it wasn't worth it. Heck, at this point I should be more focused, honestly, and just getting my Okawaru piety up. Okay, Conjurations is going to go off after this cycle, and Poison will go up 1 level, I think, and then we'll call it there. Let's have our backs to the teleporter. In case of, you know, devastation. Okay, floor looks cleared. Pull. Pull, pull, pull. Blink, my god, why do I not have Blink? Blink is so good. In any of these melee situations, I would have blinked away, and then I would have been safe. I also haven't found a bow yet, which sort of kind of is the heart and soul of any Robin Hood build, so here's to hoping that comes eventually. Oh, you are also dead. I'm not even wasting my time with, you know, mephiticking them. I just straight up burned them with my sword. I'm a little bit too strong for the common kobold now. Try this new wand out. Slowing. Okay. Oh crap, it's an eye. Eye first. Kill all the things that are actually going to die right away, and then worry about the thing that's going to take forever. Pretty sure that gives me swiftness. I mean, I'll take swiftness even if I can barely use it. And I can use it because I've been training air, so. That's going to be very Robin Hood-ish, being able to move quickly. And again, this is what I like about this style of play. I am very clearly not a mage. Well, I guess it's not clear yet, but it will become very clear that I'm not a mage. The goal is not to learn high magic. The goal is to stay very much in the level 1 through 3 range, and the beauty is all your utility spells are in that range, so it works really nicely. Oh, come on. Yes! Got my first bow! Thank you, Mr. Centaur. All the denizens of the jungle will curse this centaur for having set me on the path of archery. Alright, we're going to turn off conj because it's already getting pretty high. I guess we have to throw half a point into poison just to get it up to set to 4. But bows is now the focus. And we're going to turn off dodging pretty soon and focus fighting and end bows. We'll go that way and we'll see what happens. Already the dividends start. Boom, and then back off now that I'm confused. Oh, that's an ogre. Just don't get into melee with an ogre, please. Whatever you do, don't get into melee with an ogre. That's just stupid. Don't do it. Just don't do it. There we go. Ogre's down. Dodging goes up. Stacking poison on an ogre. Pretty damn hard for the ogre to counter. Stacking poison on pretty much anyone is pretty damn hard for it to counter. Alright. Took down the flying thingy. Hunger again mounts. Gonna have to do something about that. I should really get some armor training under my belt, actually. You are walking dead. You are no longer walking because you are dead. Ah, crap, I messed that up. Swiftness and then run. Keep my distance and poison. What else is going to take? Yeah, so this is like the non-heavy melee style, and it's very entertaining for me. Let's screw it. How many remove curse scrolls do I have? Enough? Yeah, let's go ahead and remove curses and put that on. So now all of my spells should be a little less castable. Well, Mephitic is still 4%. That's not bad. 6%, 1%. Yeah, they're exactly where they used to be. We could almost just turn off poison to be frank, but whatever. Anybody coming out the other door? Alright. Aware of my devotion, you damn well better be. Heroism is now available to me, albeit at an incredibly fail level of performance. I should really invest a few points in invocations. I'm not going to do it right away, but I will eventually. it's quite possibly going to be a means to win a fight that I otherwise could not win down the road from here. Why did you not open both those doors? Oh, because I've already seen what's on the other side, so the auto travel didn't need to. Alright, another book. Let's see. Man, I tell you, when you don't go out looking for the books, you get them all. I've played whole games where I didn't see a single book until the Lair, or until after the Lair, until deep within the Lair, or I found one book that was useless to me, and here I've got like 4, including swiftness, right off the bat. Alright. I think back off is correct here, just look for an easier opening. Against that guy, I have a slowing wand, but I don't really have any means of damaging it without burning myself acidly, so let's do this. I think I can take on a wyvern skeleton in melee. Oh crud, I'm on the wrong side of the door. That was a mistake. Swiftness to try and outrun it while I make for the door. Yup, that went well. Yeah, I meant to be on the right side of it so that I could easily retreat. And it's a skeleton, so... Oh, it's a skeleton! So it preserves the damage you deal it. So there you go. It's dead. We're gonna turn off poison magic now. I don't want to keep pouring good money after it. What a skill tree that is not going to be useful past Mephitic. Particularly not when I'm getting off my Mephitics with such consistency already. Stack some poison for when that thing gets out of my range and goes invisible. Ooh, acquirement. Always acquire armor? Definitely. New helmet. Cool, I can dig this, potentially. Dex. Try on the new helmet. See invisible. Wow, that that actually, it's almost like they knew what fight I was just in where seeing invisible was missing, and they're like, oh well, let's just throw that at you. I guarantee you, between Okawaru and... Oh, I have Okawaru! I probably don't need to always acquire armor. I'm going to eventually have god gifts for just about everything. Unless this Okawaru ends up being a foot fetishist like my last one, it just gives me a million varieties of shoes. Drop all the clubs I don't need anymore, now that I have other means of range damaging that are more reliable. Okay, let us wield the bow and attempt to shoot this thing to death. No, just no. It's failing horribly. Burn it and leave it be. So, moral of the story. It is possible, it's actually very possible, to kill slimes with the power of your, with arrows. Just, you have to be dealing a ton of damage with each shot. And I'm not there yet, because my bow skill is pretty average right now. Pretty below average, even. Let's go with dodging bows. Which one do I have a better plus to? Dodging? Yeah, okay, then dodging and bows. I'm definitely going to want massive fighting skill and armor skill and everything in the end, but... Oh, you know what? I should drop 1 point in armor just to mitigate the armor penalty that I'm suffering right now from my majory. So we'll do that too. Okay, that hill giant is kicking my ass. Let's back off. Just back off. I'll wield the bow and shoot the thing half a dozen times. Back off. Swiftness. Another half dozen. Alrighty then. That took a lot of shots, but I did not have to put myself in harm's way. You can't go invisible, so you're a lot less dangerous than, or a lot less frustrating than you used to be. Bread ration, why not? Sack them all. So you'll notice that the acknowledgement message varies when you sacrifice, from it burns to ash to, well, I'll show you. Burns to ash. So low level, weak creatures relative to your level and hit dice give a lot less piety when you sacrifice them. That one just burned to ash. Also, it's random. Sometimes you get a bad roll even on a good kill, sometimes you don't. This one is almost certainly going to grant me. Are you immune to poison by any chance? Should know that. Doesn't look like you are. There we go. Now we'll just shoot. I kind of want to get into tangle range with you, don't I? Down. That one is consumed by flame. Okawaru accepted that sacrifice. So generally speaking, if you kill 3 enemies, a rat, a yak, and a frog, butcher and eat the one that's the least challenging and the easiest to kill, because it's still worth, you know, whatever ration value, food value it had. Okay, hang on, the situation just got bad. I've been teleported to the middle of nowhere, and I'm making a bunch of noise with all the mephitic clouds. I'm flanked. I want all my enemies on one side of me. That's the first step. Land a single stack of poison on the ogre. Second, third, he's gonna go down. Swiftness. Don't want to be outmaneuvered. Oh my god, why are you not dying? Okay, he's down, he's down. What is that, a killer bee? I think I'm okay for a killer bee. Definitely want to sacrifice the ogre though before it rots. Killer bee is down. We're gonna go back the way we... Oh no, we didn't kill everyone behind us. Okay, use swiftness to outmaneuver and use confusion to prevent yourself from being smitten. We are running into the unknown, but it's the unknown towards the staircase. Swiftness back on. Confuse, and we are clear. Now I'm okay with actually burning through my mana to try and kill things too, because I have an end game. I know how I'm gonna be escaping this mess eventually. Alright, let's go ahead and drop a whole lot of weight. 25 poison needles will almost certainly never be better than 25 curare needles. I don't need a random dagger. But I should probably keep one weapon I don't need, but whatever. A lot of these books, while nice, have served their purpose. Let me double check to see if there's anything I'd like to memorize right away. I think there's some value in memorizing repel missiles, but otherwise the rest of these I'm not as interested in. Alright, also could drop a duplicate wand of slowing. I don't even like the first one. And let's definitely try out this new scroll. My supposition is that I will eventually find a bow that I want to dump a lot of enchantment scrolls, weapon scrolls into. So I kind of want to save my enchant weapon scrolls from now on. I don't mind having put a few points into this early game survival weapon, but especially if I'm going to go, you know, to Zot with a bow, it better be the damn nicest bow I can make. That said, when you're worshipping Okawaru, there's always the possibility of being given a better bow that you can't enchant, at which point they would all be useless and my savings would have been in vain. So you gotta, you know, factor that into your thing. I'll take regeneration if it's nope, it's very difficult to cast, and I'm not about to spend that kind of energy training it. Next floor. Potion of speed. Nice and downed. New scroll, which is probably the blink scroll, given my luck. Let's ID the scroll just so as not to waste it. It is the blink scroll. Holy cow, called it! But yeah, I figured I would have the bad luck of test reading a blink scroll. And I was like, well, if you're so sure, then why are you going to test read it? And let's put on swiftness and haste and just burn this thing to smithereens. There you go. Drop a confuse because there's a lot of them. So it's a crowd control mostly, and then just pick them off one at a time. Piety with Okawaru is up to 3 pips. 3 pips of piety. I'm seriously considering spending a while just eating rations and literally sacrificing every corpse to Oki. But I don't think that's smart, especially since he doesn't tend to accept a lot of the lower tier corpses anyway, so it'd just be wasting them. Eat the apricot, go up. Oh wait, that's all 3 staircases right here. The down, and a down. Where's the 3rd down staircase? Do I have a magic map? I do not. Okay, so this is a disconnected floor is what it is. Because there has to be 3. We'll check the upstairs these and figure out where that 3rd one is. That's 2. We need to find the 3rd one. So I hate to miss the there it is, 3rd one. I'd hate to miss out on the EXP of a floor. These early floor EXPs tend to be really important to sock away as much as you can when you're juggling your training skills. Once armor pops to the next tier, we're gonna and sure enough, it is a disconnected floor. Once armor pops to the next tier, we're gonna turn off armor, leave it at 3 for the time being. Not using heavy enough armor to justify much more training than that. What are you? Cyclops. Definitely concerning, but he's also allowing me to get this deep mephitic, which I just did, which is beautiful. Because I got both of the other targets, and with swiftness I can escape them. Because, you know, Robin Hood totally outruns his enemies all the time. Stay 2 steps ahead of the sheriff. Albeit the giant hill giant shaped sheriff with a goddamn club. Or a quarterstaff. What just got cursed? My falchion. Oh, that's bad actually. I do like being able to hotspot my weapons. Especially since I'm an archer. Of course, I have so many removed curse scrolls, I should stop thinking in terms of it being a true curse effect. How are we doing for those curings? We got 4. I don't need to buy another just yet. Scroll of Amnesia is good to keep here in stock. Let's totally buy a bread ration. Oh, that costs 82 gold? No, it's 60 gold. Yeah, I'll buy a bread ration. I don't need it, but now that I have it, I'll know that it's safe for me to just randomly use. And hey, look! The first gifts start to arrive. This time just arrows, but it'll get better. Promise. Let's drop my stack of arrows in entirety. I'm sure I'll find more later on, so it's not as big a deal. And let's burn and identify on one of these new potions. Okay, we've got a bunch of varied zombies. My guess is that Jessica is nearby. This is gonna burn, so it should be good. Keep that swiftness up so that you can get out. I'm actually, because of my armor, I'm a little bit more bold now than I used to be against these guys. There's Josephine. I said Jessica, but I totally meant Josephine. Jessica is meaningless. Oh crap, that's a Hydra. Even under the best of circumstances, I am leery of the Hydra. Maybe not the best of circumstances. Let's put it this way. I want to make sure that when I fight that Hydra, I have full health and am not being flanked by a centaur. That would be important as well. Alright. We are clear of the Hydra. And now we can start. Why am I being an idiot? I'm freaking Robin Hood. Why are you so scared of goddamn Hydras? Oh, because all I have are frost arrows. Heh, that's a good reason. I'm pretty sure the centaur provided me some actual arrows though, right? Yeah, he did. Totally did. Oh, crud. Swiftness, bail, shoot. Shoot. I made way too big a deal of that Hydra. Give me my flame sword. Hope I don't get drained something fierce. Nope, was fine. MK. E-I-I-E. Just so I can easily switch between the bow and arrow without having to look at the letter each time. Wield. Oh, I'm empty-handed? Cool. Confusing touch. Smack you. Didn't even matter. What just happened? I literally hit him in the face and he died because of how much damage my arrows had already dealt. That's pretty cool. Josephine, you are no lich. You are, however, resisting my confusion pretty effectively. And you are burned and dead, and I got a gift of even more frosty arrows. Excellent. Wow, this game loves Wand of Slowing, apparently. Well, this run loves it. I know you are vulnerable to poison. Oh, I just couldn't see the poison symbol because he was so green. Okay, now that I've stacked that much poison on him, he's not going to last very long. Let's shoot him to bring him further down and keep swiftness on board in case I have to run for it. Come on, you filthy, filthy maggot. Die. I don't want to waste those. Alright, that should about do it. Boom, he died before I even reached him. There's a lot of arrows burned, though. Armor we already said we were turning off. I don't know why I left it on. Everything else is fine. Crap. There you go. Fucking zombies, man. So many of them. I cannot use that book as an Okawaru worshipper. It will almost certainly result in me losing. Well, I could use sticks to snakes, but I wouldn't want to. I would rather be using my arrows and my wood for more dangerous things. Oh my god, this is a treasure trove of centaur corpses. If I could just get in there. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Look how deep I'm going to get these mephitics off. Arrows is fine. Arrows is fine. Anybody got a trident pointed at me who's not confused? No. Kill the big one. Okay, he's down. Oh, that's a longbow. Fuck it. Just pick up the longbow. Don't care about the risk. Before, you know, this gets even more confusing and somebody picks it up and doesn't drop it again or something bad happens. I don't know. I just don't want to be forced to retreat from this fight and then not have the longbow. Okay, well, you know what? We're pretty much through everyone. Excellent. Between melee and... Honestly, it just highlights how effective a start basic magery is. Note that I'm sacrificing the... I'm preferentially sacrificing the centaurs and eating the orcs. Because orc is not gonna earn me piety. Centaur might. Let's drop this. Let's drop my nth wand of slowing. Let's drop all of these scrolls of noise that I don't need. Presumably that's a wand of heal, potion of heal wounds that the monster used. Let's ID one of the unknown potions. And then another. Okay. Then lose the basic bow because barring branding I won't be... God, how many bees was I going to string in that sentence? But barring branding I'm not going to be using it. Evasion. Now that's a sick bow. It amplifies my primary defense stat, which is nice. Okay, we are doing good so far. What is this? A Baal altar. Okay, we'll just close that. Let's go ahead, find myself a spot, and then drop off all of my arrows. of types. So let's go with a quota of 20 of any given type of arrow. And then 40 basic ones. Anything else you skim off the top. Definitely wield that longbow, see what that is. +4, +2 is probably better than the longbow for the time being, so we'll leave the longbow here along with the enchants for it. Yeah. Blowgun I'm going to keep despite the fact that I probably will never use it. Along with the curare tip needles, because that is a cool stat to inflict on somebody. Keep eating, and there we go, we're no longer burdened. Yay! Onwards! What would you want to ignore that you can't pick up? Oh, burdened again. What else can I drop? Drop a ration. Drop a chunk. Really, there's no way around it. I need +1 strength in order to really carry the stuff that I want to. Let's just burn these things to the ground. For he himself has said it, and it's surely to his credit. We're just gonna drop all 85 arrows. That he is an Englishman. Alright, now I've got you. Ah, crap. Alright, you know what? Slow down the herd. Focus on the guy in front of you. Switch to your bow. Shoot the herd. Bow of Frost, eh? Now we're talking. I still prefer Bow of Evasion, but now I have it. I have a choice. Don't get into a shootout with the red one. He's probably gonna beat you. Ah, don't burn through your dispersals, moron. Those are important. Save them. And now we're just gonna go up to him and wail on him. Pick them all up and eat an apple. That's the plan. You know it. How do I kill that guy efficiently? Probably quiver my poison arrows with evasion for maximum damage. Get him nice and poisoned. Confuse. Switch over to a burning and then, yep, butcher. Perfect. Level am I? I'm definitely taking a strength up at the next level. Also just drop 115 arrows, that'd be nice. Test out all my new wands, see which one actually works against the Hydra. Haste. Oh shit. Definitely gonna put Confuse in this hallway to prevent the Hydra from reaching me. And then we're just gonna leave the floor because a single hasted Hydra can effectively win the one-shot me, probably. Do I not know of any other exits on this floor? I know of plenty of exits. No, I'm not going through D11 for it. The hell? Why would I have to? Are these floors like disconnected or something? Oh, right! This was the bizarre down-up thing. Okay. Ideal scenario would be to dig my way through or disintegrate my way through the wall. If that's not possible, I may be forced to deal with a melee Hydra at some point in the very near future. So let's see here. This new wand, what is it? It is in fact not a dig wand. Now I'm just curious what it is. It's confusion. That's pretty useless to me. Oh, actually, we should ID the amulet too. Faith. I'm gonna do it. It will increase the speed at which I get Okawaru gifts. Which reminds me, that's probably my answer. If I have to take on a Hydra, put on swiftness, put on heroism, and then go down. Now, I can hopefully outrun it because I'm swifter than it. And I can do that to cock block it in the hallway. And now that I've gotten a lead, pretty sure that frost will slow it and fire will hurt it. Swiftness needs to be on board, or I can't kite this guy forever. Oof. Other plan would be to slow this thing down. No, confuse is better. Okay, hopefully that will buy me the time I need to again get a lead on the Hydra. Oh, I have dispersal. I completely forgot about that. I should have used dispersal. Alright, dispersal. Move the Hydra back 20 paces and then shoot it. Huh! That worked, and oh my god, what a gift! Venom, strength, dex, longbow, +1+. This just completely outclasses, perhaps not all, but certainly many of my previous bows. I kind of want to find my ordinary arrows now. Just a stack of those would be great, because those ordinary arrows will act as poison arrows, rendering my poison arrows almost completely superfluous. Oh wow, just look at the damage on that thing. Yeah, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. That was a great gift. And this is why the Amulet of Faith, boys and girls, because it increases my odds not of getting good gifts, but of getting more gifts, so that eventually I will get one that works. It's not necessarily going to be the first one or the second one, but look just how much a single good gift can do for me. Alright, I want to hunt down and finish off these Ballistomycetes colonies before I continue. Wiener, 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 wiener. I remember the day where you scared me. It was earlier today. Ha! What a day it's been. Alrighty, well, I can't find the last of the colonies. Sad face. And unfortunately for me, if I can't find the last of them, there's still going to be a million of them when I come back to this bloody floor. Maybe... Did I trip all the way up here? The good news is I keep finding enemies to kill as I'm exploring, so at least I'm not losing piety or anything in the bargain. Okay, whatever. Next floor. Skill check. Dodging and these are good choices. I'll go with these. I actually want to turn off dodging, but not enough to actually do it. By which I mean dodging is slowing down the speed at which I could become unstoppably archer powered, but at the same time, do I really need that kind of power compared to how much I need to not? I have no defense. I have 66 health and ring mail. I shouldn't end up in melee, but if I do, I also don't have any quick escapes from melee. I have swiftness, and that's pretty much it. So I kind of do need something to buy me life. So yeah, it's important to have that defense skill. Alright, that's a fail twice. It's probably a dig. Yep. I shouldn't burn scrolls on items I've already identified. I'm really not playing optimally. Or even particularly really well. I'm just having a good time. Human corpse of Jessica. Now at my feet. As I always knew Jessica would be. More flaming arrows. Alrighty. And hey! Lair has been found. Officially the stopping point for the run. Well, for this aspect of the run. And I would like those of you who are watching to appreciate that it clearly began, while the intention was always to go full-on archer, you'll notice that I did it by, whoa, how did I become overloaded? I wasn't paying attention at some point. I did it by, I wonder how long I've been overloaded and just not paying any attention. I did it by being a mage, and, ooh, definitely want those two. Using that mage power to leverage myself up, and yes! Oh my god, I got a strength buff armor. Exactly what I would have wanted if I had been able to choose. Hopefully, we're just going to put on swiftness and back away from this misery. Should be able to outmuscle you, and then shoot you to death because power. Also, please don't quiver frost. Oh, I dropped my normal arrows. That's what I did because I was so overweight and needed to correct it during a fight. I don't know how I became so overweight in the middle of the fight. Again, I must have been overweight well before the fight and just not noticed, which ironically means while I was being all Robin Hood Rambo style, if anything had gone wrong, I would have noticed and been completely screwed. How hard is it to repel missiles? 6? Go for it. And swiftness. Now, you are dead. Probably could have opened with that, to be totally fair. Confuse, close the door, open the door, confuse, close the door. No, we're wielding a bow. This is bad. Actually really bad. Pretty hard sandwiched here. So we're gonna go fear. If I have fear, perfect. That will create a pathway towards the wyvern, which hopefully I can then use to dive if the situation becomes lethal. So, that will hopefully not happen. I'll be just fine, but now I have an escape path if I'm not. Does a mall baby eat chili fries? Yes. Yes, it does. Poke, run, shoot. I actually, if I had thought it through and realized I wasn't actually going to make use of my vantage point, I wouldn't have bothered running. I would have just opened fired immediately. But I'm so used to hiding around the corner and then using some variation of melee that it didn't even occur to me not to. So I'm drained, but it's for such a small amount, I'll probably get it back in just a few kills. And the way draining works now, it doesn't permanently cost you EXP you otherwise had earned or would have earned. And then become meaningless when you hit the appropriate level. Instead, it cripples all your skills for a short period of time in direct proportion to how badly drained you are. Confuse. I'm just gonna go upstairs. I mean, fuck this. I'm not gonna risk my life being a hero. There we go. I have gotten my life back. No longer drained. Go ahead and eat these apricots just to get my strength back. To the lair, the only other thing to do would be this. I'm going to turn on spellcasting because Mephitic Cloud is very hungering right now, so I'd like to lower that a little. It'll also be a nice global boon to my spellcasting. And I've got +1 aptitude, so might as well. We'll turn off dodging for the moment to make way for it and try and get that to 3 or 4. So far, Robin Hood has been doing pretty good. I kind of love the way this has gone. I've gotten one or two somewhat lucky drops and spells. Really, only one incredibly lucky drop, and that's this longbow. For the most part, though, confusion plus any decent branded melee weapon is how I've made it through the early game, with heavy use of consumables if anything goes wrong. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time.